Hello.
Hello?
Hello. What's up, bro?
Hey, it's the What's Up Bro podcast. We talk movies, sports, TV shows, pop culture, and it's funny, mother. With nary signs. I'm like, what? How can this... They have Photoshop. Photoshop exists when this artist rendition was done. How the fuck is this not cooler looking than a sketch that looks like it was done by a hillbilly off the side of the road? What the fuck are we talking? Why is this a thing?
Welcome to the party, pal.
Steph, Mayor Sr.
Yeah, I don't have to look cute for you.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah! And Mike Markadal.
I'm just glad I like vanilla, boring sex like this. I'm glad that the sex I enjoy won't get me killed.
That's how winning is done.
Hey, I'm Dave Chappelle, and this is What's Up, Bro.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to What's Up, Bro. My name's Mike Mercadal. With me, as always, is...
Nary signs. Mike, you're a little loud.
What's up, bro? I'm loud?
Mic. Hot mic coming in.
Is
hot
it really?
mic. Hot mic. Headphones.
Let's see.
Right.
Is it still loud?
Valdez, you get
Yeah,
because maybe
you're a bit loud for me. Yeah.
Yeah. You're like
Right, hold on a second.
It's like you're peaking. It's like
I'm just too powerful. Like is that what it's happening?
I'm
just too powerful.
That's like the power, of Grayskull, my
Yes.
We'll get to that. Hey, everybody, welcome to. Is this better?
Yeah, that's better.
It's better. Hey, everybody, welcome to the What's Up, Bro podcast.
Yeah, we're good.
I am loud, and we're live on Instagram, on Facebook,
Loud mic.
Still?
No, you're good. You're good. I said you're loud, mic,
okay.
meaning that you're
meaning
that you are no, because you are.
You think after your signal's dropping out. You think after this many decades of being alive and having the name Mike that I would figure out when you're talking about me, Mike, versus when we're talking about a microphone, but we still haven't figured that out. With me as always is Nary Signs, and with us joining us today, family of the pod. 2 weeks in a row can't be beat. Mike Valdez, What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? How are you?
What's up, bro?
Thank you. We're gonna have to work at some point. We're gonna have to jump.
It's gonna be one of those days, man. It's gonna be one of those days. Your signal's dropping out, man. What are you gonna say?
Hold on.
Yeah, something's wrong.
We're gonna do this.
What's up, man?
Chilling, dude.
As well as good areas out in the middle of the ocean. So the fact that we can do this is still astonishing to me, that we can be all over the world. Be friends. I'm in Los Angeles. You're in Miami. Mary's in the middle of the ocean. I appreciate everybody who watched last episode and like, share, and subscribe. If you're listening to the audio podcast, you can watch us live at WUBro Pod on all social media platforms, and on YouTube you can subscribe to us at WUBro Pod, and on Instagram at WUBro Pod, and you can follow me at Mike Mercadal and at Mike Valdez.
There you go.
What are we getting into today, man? It's been a weird week.
Yeah,
you could say that for the last 20. I don't know, like for the last, we'll say, decade. It's just getting weirder and weirder, man.
There was a video I saw yesterday of this dude being like, I need a girl with a nose ring telling me what planets are making it weird for my life right now. And then it stitched a girl with a nose ring, and she's like, I'm going to have to say it's Earth.
Yeah. Earth is the one that's the problem right now. It's like, it's Mercury. I'm going to say it's Earth and the people on it.
Yeah, Earth is in retrograde.
Earth is in retrograde for the last, since humanity.
Yeah, since humanity, but yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
We have on today's show we were talking about this. We're going to talk about the armless, legless murder guy.
That's
which
crazy.
Like, again, just the headlines, like, and the news reports are getting weird. So, like, we tried to nail down what one news report thing would be like the star of the show, and it was just like there's too many.
Yeah,
there's too many weird. Like, it's I was talking with some friends of mine because I'm out in LA, and I was doing some artsy fartsy acting class.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, there was this person who was like, I just have to I had to stay away from the news for my mental health.
Of course.
And they were walking around with a flip phone because that was the only way they could do it. They went back to a Samsung flip phone, like the click, the one where you, like, when you were done with it, you could snap the thing closed.
Yeah,
like that level of detachment, and I aspire to that.
Of course.
Like, I was thinking about that. Do you think you could handle being like? I saw a video of some lady telling her family they were going to do 90s week, and I kind of want to do this, where there's no smartphones. You're doing there's only internet in the house on the computer in the living room, and if you can't be on the internet and the phone at the same time.
I mean, dude, I have so many.
Do you think you could do it? Do you think you could handle it?
I think I could do it. I don't know. I think I could do it, but I mean, ultimately, dude, this was something I have so many thoughts on this, but I was just gonna say, like, that's why, like, so many movies are period pieces. Like, very, very few movies, like, if they're set in today's time, they are a story that has nothing to do with having a phone. You know what I mean? Like,
you have to completely remove. There's so many, that's what we do when we watch old movies. I watch old movies and I'm like, oh, this would be ruined now, because you could literally either by ease of use, or it would just be an immediately solved problem.
100%.
Like, because of the cell phones. What were you gonna say, man?
No.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Whatchamacallit? It would just be like, yeah, let me just call my son. Hey, my bad. I'll be there in a minute. I'll be there like in 2 hours.
Home Alone. There's no Kevin where it's like, where are the GPS tracking?
Well, not only that, but like, I'm sure that they'd have to call Child Protective Services and like all kinds of stuff, just because like a family left the kid twice. Like, just like, hey, you're a bad dad. Like, just like.
I always love that the dad in that movie is just
he
like,
could give two shits. It's crazy. The mom is the only one that matters.
Catherine O'Hara, rest in peace. Because you want to know what, and it makes perfect sense because it's a movie. I don't want to watch that guy, the bad guy from Big, go out trying to find his son. But I'll watch Catherine O'Hara pal around with John Candy for an hour. Why not? Yeah,
but like, what's funny is just like, and this is such a 90s stereotype of like dude, like dad stereotype, where it's just like, literally, he comes home, he hasn't seen his son, and he's just like, hey, this is on laundry. What a guy. Like, just like, what?
Yeah.
Like, you're the dad, dude.
That's such bad rap here. But let's not forget the amount of money that this fucking dude is spending on the family vacation, like an extended family, and he's paying for the uncle and that who's so completely ungrateful and a piece of shit and first class tickets and all this. Like, he's got a lot of shit in his plate. And let's be real, he has more than one kid, so he's like
yeah, to be fair, that's always the classic. Like, whenever you watch something from the 90s, it was written by somebody from the 50s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, like when you, and in this particular case, like, this guy, whatever he did for a living, he was rich, dude. Like, he had this giant house. or it's classic boomer shit where he inherited it from somebody that died, and then now he's just got a big ass house that he can, that he just owns. So it's like, I was having that conversation. If you watch, stay tuned to.
I like to think that it was drugs. I like to think.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the more fun approach. Yeah.
No, that's the South Florida story. That's why unincorporated Dade County turned into like Kendall and all the stuff. Like all of those houses had to get built because somebody needed to launder drug money. That's it. Miami is entirely built up around the boomer ideology, but through the trade of illicit substances.
If that movie was set in Miami, I know they go to Miami, but if it was set in Miami, dude, you have to understand, because when you see them in Miami, they're in one room, right? And that actually tracks, because for like a 3-bedroom Miami Beach apartment is probably $1.7 million. Like that's like you're in an apartment, like you're not in a house, and to where the one in Chicago, they have 25 rooms and an attic, like just like so many things.
I want to find, this is literally, hold on. This is it looks like it was shot in the 1940s, but.
Yeah, there they are.
Which, as a kid in a big ass Cuban family, this is 100% what traveling was like for us.
Bro, this was my house. What are you talking about? This wasn't traveling.
Everybody watching It's a Wonderful Life in Spanish.
Yes.
But that's how, like, realistically, that's how people thought of Miami back in the day. But
100%.
Because that's how guys from the 50s think about Miami. Because it was that was what it was for them. Just some shitty motels.
I rewatched Saved by the Bell. And man, when I was a kid, I was like, this is what high school is going to be like. And then, of course, you go to high school and you're like, this is nothing like Saved by the Bell at all. But you see it as an adult.
Where the 36-year-olds pretending to be teenagers.
Yeah. Well, you see it as an adult and you realize, oh, this show was written by men, specifically men in the 50s, because even like the jokes that they're making, where it's like, I remember there's a line where I'm like, who talks like this?
Why was Zach Morris in a barbershop quartet? They literally do barbershop quartet, and that
is so true. I'd never even fucking, oh my god, there's a lot of shit that's wrong with that show, but I never stopped to think, oh my god, he's in a barbershop. He's supposed to be the cool kid. Why the fuck is the cool kid in a barbershop quartet? Oh my god.
Why were there so many fucking sock hops on Saved by the Bell in the 90s?
Yeah. Well, and they go to like, a milkshake place, like that's where they hang out, which is like Archie, like it's very
Happy Days. It's basically someone just redid Happy Days with the 90s neon aesthetic, and they were like, yeah, because when I was a kid, and that's basically what it is. You just got leftovers.
Yeah. Well, and like I'll never forget this. There was a line where like the cool person is saying, and they literally say, "Quit clucking, chicken. It's already in the bucket." What does that even mean,
bro? I'm telling you,
like, what?
That's so bad.
Like who talks like that? Like
it's just Archie comics from back in. Somebody's trying to just recycle some. Look, everything has been a reboot since the beginning. You just had to put a different flavor on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's nice to dive back into nostalgia.
Talking, the chick is already in the bucket. That's so fucking good.
Yeah.
At some point, yeah, it's like 50s mentality where you were only allowed to be one thing. You were the jock, or you were the nerd, or you were the hot girl cheerleader, or you were the brain, or you know, like all of that. The one black person, Lisa Turtle. There's like, that's literally just like Happy Days. It's like 50s nonsense. But it's okay. Let me see how I can segue us back into what we were going to talk about today, because it's very nice to escape into nostalgia, because the news of the news of the world today is insane. And we're going to talk about as much of it as we can, because good Lord, we got to produce content. Here we go. Let's jump into.
You know, Zach Morris dated a girl in a wheelchair. And speaking of wheelchairs, here's the story.
Okay, let's see.
You wanted to take the
That's
vehicle.
hilarious.
I asked you to get off of my property.
This is.
Because you were asked to be
I
nice.
asked you.
This is the. Are we following the story? Before we get into the rest of the video, do we know what do we know about the story going in? Did you know about this man is a professional cornhole player. His name is Dayton. What's his name? Dayton Weber. He is a professional cornhole player. He has no arms. He has no legs. He shot somebody with a gun.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know how to get this many, how much crazy to get into one sentence.
Never know peace because of this case. I will never know peace because every time I think I'm making some sense of it, something else comes up. So for a recap, a man with no arms and no legs in La Plata, Maryland, was driving a vehicle that had 3 passengers, all of whom had their arms and legs, but chose to let the armless, legless man drive. And then at some point during this drive, the armless, legless man pulled out a gun and he shot and killed the passenger in the front seat. And then he asked the 2 passengers in the back seat to help him get the body out. And that was the point at which they chose to use their arms and legs to get out of the car.
Okay. Let's stop there because there's a lot to unpack already. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is all alleged. We got to disclaim. This is all, he has not been proven in a court of law. This man with no arms and legs, he's, first of all, professional cornhole is part of the backstory here. I didn't know you could do that. We should start.
I have his posters. I have his posters on my wall. Yeah.
He's the Michael Jordan of cornhole.
Yeah, he's absolutely.
Some would say he's the Michael Jordan of murder. What are you talking about? Like
he's overcome so many obstacles to be able to do what he's doing in both cornhole and murder.
What's so funny is you could say I didn't know you could do that to literally every single thing that happens in this story.
Every word, every following word is adding, it's just exponential craziness.
Yeah, it's just a really bad improv scene. Like it's just like, and this, and this, and this.
Yes, and
it's possible. Like
this is what happens when God ends.
Bro, yes.
This is what happens.
This is what happens when God's your scene partner in an improv scene. He's just handing everything.
In all fairness, you could be talking about the last 26 years, dude. There's a lot, like yes, and has been. I would like some no buts. I would like some no buts in this in the world today. But this is a video of Booker Squared. We should credit her, where she's unpacking this for us. But it's also so. It is. I have friends. I had friends in high school, and my young life. That would never allow anyone to drive their car, nor do I enjoy being the passenger in other people's car, right? So I understand the impulse of like, hey man, nobody drives my car but me, right? For security reasons, for safety reasons. But I also don't get into the car when
reasons.
I also don't get into the car when someone's driving who is impaired. Right? Like I don't but all these dudes again who had all their arms and legs, as Booker Squared pointed out, let this guy drive. Now this guy either is the best at driving or the best at convincing people to do what he says.
I mean, I think ultimately and this is just me.
What if people went in the car with him? What if people went in the car with him because they were afraid, want to be that awkward guy, but you have no arms or legs?
Yeah,
like,
nobody wants to call it out.
Yeah.
Trying to say, you know that conversation of like, what do you mean? You say, what do you mean? Why? And you're like,
Bro, I I would murder everyone on that ship you're on to improve your Wi-Fi. I tell you that right now.
I also think
I would kill to have you in a better position.
I also think that if you are a person that wouldn't get in a car with someone who's driving that has no arms and legs just to see how it would shake out, you're lying.
I probably am.
Like, I would just want to see it for scientific purposes. Yeah. How does this work? like
to be fair, she goes on. Let's give Booker Squared some credit.
Car, and so then the armless, legless man drove to somebody's house and dumped the body in a front yard, and then drove away. Now the police don't understand how this happened. They can't figure out the mechanics of it all.
The police are not alone.
Yeah,
in this not understanding the situation. I'll say.
Yeah.
But
well,
I mean,
they spent the first 48 hours laughing. So
what an episode of First 48 that would be, where they just a bunch of people going, what?
They couldn't do anything. The first 48 was just the police department laughing.
Get Johnson in here. Johnson, hear this. Listen to this. And then there's just another guy going, what? It's like, wait, we gotta get, and it's like everybody, it's like all the people that are in the jail are just like, hey, come hear this. It's like, what is happening?
Can you imagine the Charlie Day red string theory board on this? Can you imagine that shit? Like, how like there's like one string and that's dangling, and you go, I don't know how the fuck he did it. We don't know how he did it. We don't know what's going on.
This sounds like the end of Usual Suspects when Kaiser Soze is like piecing, like once the guy realizes he's piecing the story together. Because let's be realistic, these are all claims, right? Like none of this is confirmed. Like there's no video of it, like we don't know how or why or how but stay tuned, foreshadowing, we're going to see the capabilities of this man. Hold on.
A clip from the ex-girlfriend of the man who had no arms and no legs. And mind you, this man was also a professional cornhole player. He's doing a lot of things. He said, I could do all things through Christ who strengthened. Maybe we shouldn't bring Jesus into this. But anyway, he's doing things. And at some point, the American Cornhole League released a statement and all this and said, we are not going to comment on an active investigation. And I'm confused as to why they spoke up in the first place. First of all, I didn't know the American Cornhole League existed until all of this. Y'all could have stayed quiet.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, look at the name recognition. Look at the PR that you're getting as the national.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, no, this is when you do speak up to let it be known that you exist. Let people know, hey, this is a thing.
No, that's.
I mean, I will say the American Cornhole League spoke out against this one dude way faster than anyone in the administration has spoken out against anyone in the FC files. I'll tell you that. They were immediate. They were like, that's not us. No, don't do anything. We do not condone.
Straight up. But that clip is from the ex-girlfriend who said he had anger problems. So she said while she did not foresee him killing somebody, she's not surprised. And they broke up in February of 2025. And then she started dating the murder victim. The guy.
Okay. The guy in the front seat is electively choosing to ride shotgun. Poor choice of words, probably. But riding shotgun with the ex-boyfriend with anger issues of his girlfriend. The arms and legs thing don't add to it, but it is like that's already like.
I think that does add to it, because I think if you're the boyfriend or the girl or the ex-boyfriend, I think you at that point you're like, what's he gonna do? Like,
right?
He can't,
what's he gonna do? Shoot me?
Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
The guy who the armless, legless man shot. So not only did the victim choose to ride in the passenger seat while a man with no arms and no legs drove the car, but he knew that this man was armed, had a gun, and he knew he was dating the man's ex at one point in time. I don't want to make fun of this man too badly, because he is dead and he is, he is the victim. And I also want to be sensitive because my brother was also a murder victim, but my brother, he was killed by somebody who had all their body parts. So
that's kind of a humble brag on this lady's part.
A little bit.
Like at least.
Funny. That's so fucking funny. Like, hey, say what you will about my brother, but he fucking got murdered by somebody with all his body parts. The fucking phrase "all his body parts" is so fucking funny.
No, it's true, and you have to put respect on that story because of that. So
yes, and to too many things. It's a hat on a hat. It's too many hat. You know, it's too silly. What's happening?
So it's different. I don't know. I have no answers. I just have questions.
Quite literally, all of us in this scenario, we don't have any answers. We just have questions. At a certain point,
can I just tell you? Can I just tell you what I think would be the creme de la creme of like funny situations? What if this is the only thing that will make it even more of an impossible story as far as like things that you did not think were possible before hearing the story? What if the car he was driving was a pickup truck? And that makes me laugh. The idea of him climbing up the fucking pickup truck, right? Because pickup trucks are higher up off the ground, and then killing somebody, and now you're dragging a body from a heightened position off the pickup truck. That's just, I mean, I find that funny.
Or even funnier, he needs a boost to get in the truck, but he could still drive.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to sound ableist here. Like here's the reality.
He's a murderer, so who cares?
He's a murderer. Go fuck yourself. There are a lot of
allegedly.
Yeah, he allegedly has no arms and legs either. So
here's the rub. People were like, "How does a man with no arms shoot a gun? How does a man with no arms drive?" And I guess it's ableist to think that, but it is like reflexive, right? Like immediately you're like, what? How is that possible?
When I was a kid, when I was 15 years old, I used to work a lot of odd jobs. And one of those odd jobs was selling Christmas trees under those Christmas tree tents or the live Christmas trees.
Of course.
The owner of said tent was a man who did not have his legs anymore. He had lost him in an accident. It was a bad accident, but he drove a car. And I saw him how he was able to drive a car with no legs because there are apparatuses for that. There's like a specially made thing where it's all handheld from his steering wheel, from the control, from the gearbox. There's a thing where he could put drive and like it shifts the pedals for him. It moves the brake and the gas pedal for him. However, this man that I worked for had 2 arms.
Right.
So I don't know how the rest is done because like I've seen it in person without legs, driving a car without legs, but I've not seen it without arms or legs. And I feel like that's a different challenge. Also, there's a video, if you could pull this up, Mike, there's a video of him shooting a gun. Like they show him.
So I was going to get to because I don't want to again, we're making fun of him for being a murderer and just like the absurdity of all of the headlines, the way they list all of this man's. So this is a man with no arms or legs who is a professional cornhole player is accused of murder. Police say 27-year-old Dayton James Weber was in the Tesla. He was in a Tesla SUV.
Oh, maybe he drove himself. Maybe he drove himself.
Yeah, that
when he shot Wells in the passenger seat, he then pulled over and asked 2 backseat passengers to help pull Wells out of the car. They refused and got out of the car before calling the police. Weber fled the scene and was later arrested at a hospital in Charlottesville, Virginia. The man is charged with first-degree murder, second-degree murder, and other charges. And look, he knows what he's doing. Now, I don't want to. He's doing the damn thing. He's firing.
So I don't want to sound ableist, but when we hear armless, what do we think?
Yeah,
because I'll be honest, I thought this guy was a.
You thought shoulder. You thought shoulder. You thought he was the kid from the Oblongs. You thought he was that kid.
Yeah, I thought he was just a giant circle with a head. That's what I thought he was.
Well, that's how they portray it to sound, right? But he has, for the audio,
he has shoulders. He has shoulders.
He's like below the elbow, like above the elbow amputee, and above the knee, so like in the thigh area.
Yeah, and so like when you hear it, you're just like, oh, he must have like a really strong tongue or something, you know? Like because you think that he's just a giant circle. You know what I mean? But now you're looking at it and you're like, oh, he's just some guy that doesn't have hands.
Can I just tell you? Can I just tell you? And this is if he would have done that without the two people in the back seat, he would have gotten away with it. There's no way
100%.
There's no way anybody would have believed that this guy could do that. They're like, "What? I have no arms or legs. How can I possibly shoot somebody, officer?"
Yeah.
I will say, I doubt that because the video you're watching right now of him firing his weapons is from his own YouTube channel showing how he could do it.
Right.
Like he's literally advertising.
I don't think the cops would even have questioned him. Do you think the cops would have questioned him?
How would it
had it not been for the two eyewitnesses? Had it not been for the two eyewitnesses that called the police to begin with, would they just find a body? You're a cop. You find a body in a yard. And your investigation is leading you, and they're like, oh, who knew him? Oh, this armless, legless guy, and you immediately, as a cop, go like, well, that wasn't him, and you just move on, right? I'm assuming.
Now, do you think the guy gets mad? Is it? Oh, it's basically like, do you think he's like, oh, you think I can't do it? Oh, you think I can't do it? Tell you how I did it. It's like you catch him in the reverse psychology of it. Now,
I don't need you to suck my dick. I can suck my own dick.
I can do it myself. Now the question is,
worst Thanos ever.
Do we want to read the comments?
I mean,
because the public has spoken, and the first comment is, "Bro was armed and unarmed at the same time."
That's fucking genius.
Pretty good.
Pin that.
I still don't think I don't think he's armless. He has
arms.
75% of his arms. Like when I hear armless, I think no arms. Just like
I think you're being generous with the 75%. I think you're being generous with the 75%. I think 55%. I'll give you 55%.
He's right at the elbow. Now, but effectiveness of the arm, 90% of the usefulness of an arm comes from the hand. No, like this is
not when you're trying to shoot a gun.
Especially when you're trying to shoot a gun.
Yeah, I think you need to be able to pull without a shoulder. You can't pull the gun up, right? Without a shoulder, you can't pull the gun up.
I will say.
So you just
the comment. I don't have time for this today, so I'm gonna just tell myself this is AI because boy, there ain't no way. Had he not posted these videos, he could have had a great alibi. How could I do that with no arms?
Yeah.
Again, you know.
That's what I said.
I'm so glad there's footage of him shooting. I'd be freaking out trying to understand how he could shoot someone. Now I know. Look, he posted his own evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, he was also driving. Everything in the world getting out of hand. I don't know if he meant that as a pun, but that's a pun.
Nice. That's absolutely he meant that. Yeah.
See that one I actually like because he doesn't have hands.
How did they catch him? He didn't leave no prints.
So funny because all they found was a dorsal fin print, and they were like, "What's going on here?
Yeah,
what's happening here?"
Yeah,
they found a flipper. They found a flipper print.
Yeah,
I'm more curious about how he played cornhole. Also, he fled the scene. Yeah, man. Honestly, to be they meant armless, not harmless.
That's good. Good job.
That's a good one. Either way, this is the absurdity of what, like, we tried to narrow down what we were going to talk about on the show today, and there was just too much weirdness.
Yeah.
Now, this guy, also, I wonder why he went to the hospital. He was arrested in a hospital in Charlottesville, Virginia. I wonder if he got hurt.
I'm pretty sure he pulled he pulled a back muscle or something, getting that body out of the car. Like, how do you get the body out of the car, dude?
Yeah, maybe. He probably has good shoulder strength, though, considering that he has them. I didn't know that, but
Mike is so disappointed at the fact that he has shoulders. He's so disappointed.
Dude, I'm disappointed that the guy is in a circle. When you hear armless, legless man, you are like, "How did this happen?" And then you look at the guy and you're like, "Oh, I get it. If you died, it's your fault."
Bert,
it's
can,
like
can you pull up the picture of the kid from the oblongs? Can you pull up that picture? Because I think that's what Mike, just to show the listener what the fuck I'm talking about. Because that's such a deep pull of what I'm talking about. But there was a show called The Oblongs in the aughts, and it was a show
this
about
guy.
a
It was
family of different looking people or whatever.
amputees, yeah.
Hold on,
Well,
hold
and this
on.
dude would just like roll around everywhere, right?
Yes,
Like quite literally. Not
he
to
was like
like
the
be
main
funny.
character. He was the main character. No, he was the
This
main
is you're,
character of the.
the dad, right?
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Both the dad and the son were the same. They didn't have arms or legs.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
That's what I thought it was.
Is that that's what you were expecting?
Yeah.
That's what Mike was expecting. That's why he's so upset. He's like, let's get the fuck out of here. He has arms. He doesn't have hands. Get out of here. Like, he's so upset about it.
Yeah.
He's not armless. He's forearmless.
Yeah, that's what
You
I'm
got to be
saying.
specific. You need
That's what I'm
specificity in
saying.
this world.
Yeah.
Wow.
He doesn't have hands. Like, okay, then I would get it. Like,
Yeah, but that doesn't sell newspapers, bro. You gotta sell the clicks. Armless.
yeah, that's true.
Legless.
Yeah, and there's been so let's get into look, everything we just said is alleged. The guy has to have his day in court. He's gonna place his body part on a Bible and raise his other body part to be able to claim that he is going to speak only the truth.
Put your head on the Bible.
I'm sure an armless, legless man believes in Jesus. I'm sure there's nothing that's made him question the existence of a higher power.
Well, he was so angry in that first video. I mean,
because he has no arms or legs, Mike. Because he has no arms or legs. That's why he's angry. What the fuck?
I know plenty. Here's the reality. I know plenty of amputees who do not become murderers. So
and they become motivational speakers. And I get
there's
that.
a guy. There is a guy with no arms and no legs. That's a motivational speaker.
You only become two things. You either become angry or a motivational speaker that speaks exclusively at youth groups that I went to as a kid. that is the only trajectory of being an armless, legless man. That's it.
His name is Nick Vujicic.
or a champion cornholer. There's that one.
Yeah, but that's what I mean is like he's angry, like yes, he's a championship. I mean, I don't know.
I don't,
there's a lot of embellishment in this story. Let's be honest.
I think this is a man, his name is
see that's
what Mike was thinking. That's what Mike was wanting.
That's what I want. That's what I want.
Guys, we got to be more accepting.
I want that guy to shoot somebody. That's what I want.
To be fair, that's how they drive. Yeah, that's that. And he's become like a motivational speaker. Like
of course he has. What else can he do? I get that.
Do you think? Okay, so the guy who murdered the cornhole playing armless legless murderer is like this guy's warrior.
Yeah,
like it's like the yin yang of this guy who's taken his hardship and he's been the good. He's been the good version of like he's like, I'm gonna empower others to see the greatness in themselves. That was a weird way to pause that. I'm not gonna just go. But and then so the murderer guy is like, it's like the two sides of the same coin. Like what you do with your hardship is up to you. It's your choice to become either a cornhole playing murderer or a motivational speaker teaching people to overcome the odds. Your body does not define your outcomes. Your brain does.
I mean, as armchair therapy as this is, like yes, that's 100% true. Like
what kind of therapy? What kind of therapy?
Armchair. Yeah, not.
We're this close. We're this close to the Wayne's World. We just have to we just have to cross the T's and dot the lowercase J's.
Yeah, yeah, but your trauma isn't trauma because it was traumatic. It's how you took it. Like it's all about how you so how you take that hardship. If you take that as like your villain origin story, then that's your villain origin story. Or you could just take that and just be like, no, I took that as data and I made myself better. So it's up to you at the end of the day. And yeah, I understand that when something bad happens to you and you have no arms and legs, the easy way out is just like, well, who cares, man? Things aren't going great for me, so I'm just gonna choose the bad stuff. So I
Can you
get it.
imagine? There's a guy out there that wanted to hook up with this chick, but she turned him down because she wanted to date that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he got in the car. The next guy got in the car with that guy and got shot over.
Why
are you getting your thing? Okay, separate from everything else, you're sleeping with some guy who has anger issues. You're sleeping with that guy's ex, right? Why are you getting in his car?
There's no you were sleeping. You don't know if they're still dating. We don't know if they were dating at that time. So the murder victim dated the girl after the amputee. He dated the girl, but we don't know if they were dating at the time of his murder. We don't know they were still dating. We just know that after that relationship they were dating.
Like, I'm not trying to victim blame anybody, but also like you got to keep your head on a swivel out there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Especially wherever this guy is, where you can just shoot guns in a park.
Yeah,
that's the kind of part of town where you got to be careful.
100%.
You gotta, it feels like small town. Everybody in Maryland, they said, like rural Maryland, like you gotta watch out there. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, that's super weird.
There was so much that happened in the news. The next one is a little bit of a heartbreaker because, it could be seen as positive. She taught us that she didn't want no scrubs, and then she voted for Trump 3 times. Chili from TLC was found out, or I don't know, what do we know about this story? That she was found out that she's like voted for Trump. She was like she donated to Republican causes.
It's not that she found out, is that she said,
Can you
what was it that she said? She said that she was on a podcast or something, and she agreed, or no, that's what it was. She reposted. I'm confusing her with Nick Cannon. She reposted a post that was like a conspiracy theory that Michelle Obama is actually a man.
Oh no!
So she reposted that, and then hell broke loose. And then she tried to say, "Oh no!" She made a video saying like, I'm not very tech savvy, so all these buttons are very close to each other. So I pressed a repost button. I pressed a repost. That's what she says. There's a video of her saying this. There's a repost. She pressed a repost button by mistake. So I am not MAGA. And then she made a post that's pinned to her profile saying, "I am not MAGA," and like exclamation marks and all this bullshit. But then people have now since come up with receipts going back. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
People have now come up with compilation videos of posts that says, you know how it says like this post has been liked by 7,300,000 people and Mike Mercadal. And it says her chili. Like, it's such a weird thing to do. And it says like, so there's a bunch of these pro-Republican posts, including like, oh, Donald Trump wins the election, and it was liked by her. So all of these posts were liked by her, and then they did deeper fucking research, saying that she donated money to his campaign throughout the years. Now, it wasn't a large amount of money. It was like $900. But it was money nonetheless, and she didn't
a non-zero amount of money.
Yeah, and she didn't do it to both sides. So it wasn't like, oh, I donated to both parties. It wasn't that bullshit. She just donated to the Republicans, to Donald Trump specifically. Not even Republican. It was to Donald Trump specifically. So yeah, there's that. So
in the post,
she's being called out by bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah, in the post, she writes, "I want to be clear, all caps, I'm not MAGA. I do not support any of the many policies that are causing great harm to the American people. I made a mistake too many make. I did not read the fine print. I thought I was supporting causes against human trafficking and for veterans. 2 things I care deeply about, as my dad is a veteran and everyone knows I love children. So does this administration. I have learned a valuable lesson and ask for grace as I navigate this. Love, Chili." Here's the shit that makes me mad about when people try to do the I didn't know.
Stand on 10, bro.
I do not have access to magic, unknown conspiracy information, yet I still knew. Like, we all knew. Like, you can't pull that shit on me. that we didn't know. You know what I mean? Like, and I made a mistake too many make. I did not read the fine print. What are you talking about? It was loud. It was real loud.
She went to his website to donate. And
Yeah.
so this is a two double. This is so many sides. So here's the thing. Let's say, for the sake of argument, she's saying she did not know that what she was donating to, right? Which I find hard to believe, because Donald Trump is one of those people that like very visibly tells you what you're donating to. Like, donate to me, donate. It's all about him, right? Me. He doesn't try to hide the links to donate to him, right?
Yeah.
One. Let's say, for the sake of argument, we're gonna believe her. She's saying, okay, I thought I was donating to the military, and which I'm a big fan of, because my dad's a military. In that case, you only donated $900.
Right. Yeah. Like that's the thing about all this stuff. The reason why it's hard to like there's plenty of MAGA people now who are like, oh no, I've been like, it's affecting me that I did this, when in reality, all you were voting for was like the worst of it. Like the first comment on here is, I'll always love you, but you donated to him in 2024. The fine print was in bold. Like, it was not fine print.
Correct.
It was in 2024. And also she's like, oh, I wanted to be against human trafficking and for veterans. It's like the opposite of what this guy has done. Like, in 2024, we knew that he was like already in the Epstein files. We knew all of this shit already. And it's always like that thing of like, my bad. It's like, no. You can't my bad this one. It's like, you can't be like, I fucked your wife.
I think the bigger issue,
man.
I think the bigger issue that I have, right? Because again, I'm gonna say, speaking for myself, not a fan of this administration. Obviously, don't like it, whatever. But what my biggest problem with Chile is the fact that she is thinking that we're idiots. Her lies are so visible, so transparent that they're lies. I would have more respect for you. As little respect as I have, I would have more respect for you if you just stood on all 10. Just be like, hey man, don't fuck. This is who I supported, and like, even if you gave that bullshit, we're all allowed to vote for whoever we want to vote for. Like, if you gave that bullshit, that's more respectable than this. I'm not MAGA. What are you talking about? We got receipts. Everybody has receipts. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
just say that.
Was like. So there's a lot of celebrities that have been revealed or like discovered to be MAGA. Some of them are heartbreaking, but like, fine. The people that are MAGA are the ones that you would expect to be MAGA, especially like the ones that were pretty funny are Tim Allen, of course. He thinks he's, but the ones that are the people that are making the pivot to MAGA now are always the ones that get caught like a month later doing wild shit. So it's like Nicki Minaj. Isn't her husband like a pedophile? Like, or he has like a probably she even went to like Erica Kirk's thing, and then they're like, suddenly whenever you're about to get caught doing something, this is Mike Valdez will testify to this, that whenever you hear somebody getting very religious, they just got caught doing something bad.
Yeah,
they just want to be like, my bad, y'all. Jesus forgives me. You have to also, and it's like
it's unfortunate, but like, we have gotten to a place right now where if you are in all of my personal thoughts aside, we have gotten to a place where if you are a person of interest in Hollywood and you say that you are not political, you are MAGA, period.
Yeah, it's like, hey man, you can't just pretend.
The moment you say I'm too dumb or I'm this, I'm that, like, it's like, I'm sorry, man. Like, it's just because we unfortunately are in a place right now where you have to be political. Like, because it's getting to a point where kids' lives are being ruined. You know what I mean? Like, it's gotten to a point where like
because it's bled into everything. It's like it used to be like politics was politics, and now everything is politics. Now everything politics has bled into every aspect. Sports.
Everything.
Remember the time? Back in the days when the Republican
Everything.
Party would used to say shit like, "Oh, shut up and dribble." Remember that shit? Remember there was a phrase like that, "Shut up and dribble." And now the president's going to games and fucking doing interviews with the college game day people, and like it's all like you can't. He's going to NASCAR races. He's going to the FIFA fucking championship game. Like he's doing all of this, accepting trophies, being on the stage while the trophy presentation is happening. So like even something like sports, which used to be the one area that everybody used to be able to say like keep politics out of sports, blah 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 blah. It's now everything. Politics has now bled into every aspect of life. It's impossible now to not know. I think it and like to my this point,
it always was though. That's the thing is that now we have like everybody. I think about like when I used to. The only time you would see a celebrity speak as themselves back in like when we were kids was on like the Tonight, like Johnny Carson. Like you would see, you wouldn't know who anybody was. Everything existed hidden, right? And now you can't really hide that shit anymore. And I think Trump is the like end game of that, where you're just doing shit out in the open at this point. But it always was that.
One thing I will say is that I mean I was very young, but I do not remember being a kid going to watch Batman and Robin and then someone saying, "Oh, that was all part of the woke Clinton administration." Like, what are you talking about? How is Superman woke? It's Superman.
You saw how Batman. You saw how Batman was hitting on Catwoman. Yeah, that's because Clinton was getting a blowjob in the office. It's like what? How do we connect these? How do we connect these?
How is Superman woke? Superman is Superman. Like that's what it is. It's always been that since the beginning of time. Like what are you talking about? Like,
do you remember that interview with Dean Cain where Dean Cain said that he doesn't believe Superman is an immigrant? Do you remember that? Do you remember that?
We have too much access.
The man who played Superman literally into a microphone and camera said, "I don't believe Superman is an immigrant." It's like, wait, what now? What the fuck?
Because he's idiot. Because they believe that if you got here early enough, you are America. Like it's your America. Like you were like all the Italians and the Irish that think they're American or whatever. Like the whole point being is that I am not smart enough for this many people to be dumber than me this loudly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like every time you go online, you see these people say some shit. You're just like, hey. That's dumb. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, don't say shit. Like, it's stupid for you to say those things. And then you want us to go, well, don't call me stupid. It's like, you're doing the stupid thing. It's so the hypocrisy of trying to pretend that you're like, it's also what's happening a lot with immigration, stuff like that. You're seeing a lot with the Miami people, the Miami Cubans, and the Miami Venezuelans, Miami, everybody who is like pro-Trump. Like the lady that sang the "Yo voy votar por Donald Trump," her son gets deported, and she's like, "Wah!" And it's like
she's still singing though. She's still. Did you see that video? There have video of her singing. She had a gig in Miami like 2 weeks ago, and she still sang that song. And all she did was change the lyrics to "Yo voté," like I voted for, instead of "I'm going to vote." She's changed it to "Yo voté por Donald Trump," and it's like she's still singing that song. Like your son got the cool, man. Cool.
And they're all. That's the thing is that now that we have access to all this information, we know more about these people, and also like there's more paper trail. There's like a digital paper, like the digital footprint that everybody has. Which leads us into our next story about the Kristi Noem's husband, who apparently I'm just going to read. He I don't even know how to like get into the topic of this because he was a member of bimboification forums on the internet, and he dressed up as a woman with big giant fake boobs. And would talk about how much he wants to do all of these things. To the lady who's in charge of Homeland Security and anti-trans, like she's also come out as anti-trans. It's like, we know too much about you people for you just walk around and do this shit out loud, but then there's no accountability. It's fucking crazy. What do we know about this story?
The story with Kristi Noem's husband is that the footage and the information got leaked by an immigrant sex worker who was in the chat. Who's in the chat, and that to me is, then they said the immigrant sex worker said that they're doing this, that they did this because of the other atrocities that Kristi Noem was responsible for towards immigrants. And it's like, oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's so to start off. So apparently, Kristi Noem is this. It's basically like the failing upwards of this. Like, she's the ultimate DEI hire for the administration because she's failed like a million different things. She got elected to public office in like the shittiest district, but then because she was pro MAGA, they dumped money into her accounts, and then now she was in like the position where she was like the director of Homeland Security, doing the commercials where she's dressed up in front of like a cowboy, and then she's dressed up like a construction worker. And she's like all of the Village People, which is ironic considering the current state of her marriage. And so she's married to this guy. They've been married forever. And it comes out
she cheated on him on a plane. She cheated on him on a plane funded by the public while she was the director of Homeland Security. She cheated on him, by the way.
She released a 1-minute commercial for Homeland Security that cost more than Spider-Man No Way Home. Like, fuck you. This is all money laundering. It's crazy. So apparently, hundreds of messages sent by 3 women from the scene. Noam's husband enthusiastically praised their heavily augmented. Oh, wait, hold on. I skipped the part where he goes. According to a reporting by the Daily Mail, he chatted up women from so-called bimbofication fetish scene, where the adult performers augmented their breasts with massive amounts of saline to achieve a Barbie doll-like appearance. And then, so he would compliment them and he would claim that he wanted them, and then he would post pictures of himself wearing the stuff, right? Now none of this is lascivious, and but it's like, again, I don't fault people for wanting to do what they want to do, but you don't get to do that when you're causing the downfall of America and are like destroying the lives of other people who are doing the same thing you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem. It's not, cross-dressing is not an issue. Like, I don't care that the guy cross-dresses. It doesn't affect me one way or the other. I don't even think it's, oh, look at that, so funny. I do think it's weird that his nipples are not fucking in the same direction. I think it's a little weird.
He did give him the walleye nipples.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, that's a weird thing. If you're gonna, the twins are supposed to be twins, not fucking Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Anyways, but if I'm not, I don't want to shame him for that, and I'm not shaming him at all. I've just the irony of.
Yeah, I'm assuming what you're going to say is that the irony of the do it, like, that's the thing. Every confession, every like acute accusation from that side of things is an admission, right? Like, Chile wanted to vote for veterans and children's safety and to be against child trafficking. And then it's like, yeah, we're the anti-war people. We're the anti-child trafficking people. Oh, by the way, the president's in the Epstein files doing horrendous shit to children, and we're sending everybody to war, and we're instituting the draft again. Like, it's literally like the opposite of shit is happening.
I think ultimately it all goes back to something that we talked about. I think we talked about it on air. It was at the very beginning, which is just people need to put their phone down. Like, stop taking, like, if you're gonna do weird stuff, stop taking pictures of yourself. You know what I mean? Like, for example, like, and this was something that I was gonna say was like, like, alcoholism and drugs and all that stuff is going down in Gen Alpha and even in Gen Z because they're living their life assuming everything is filmed.
Well, that's the thing. Going back to what we were talking about, the having a 90s week of internet exposure.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to try and do that for myself, for my own mental health, because God forbid, I'm tired of reading stories like this.
Yeah.
My brain was evolved to hunt and gather. Like, I'm not biologically built to handle this much of the world's opinions.
Dude, we're
never meant to know all this shit.
I'm going to say this out loud for myself, and I'm going to manifest it on this podcast. I don't want to. I want to be famous as an actor, but only for this reason. And that is because I want to have enough money to have other people do my social media for me, so I never have to look at it ever.
Yeah.
If I get that and I can feed my kids, I'm successful. Like, that's all I want.
Look, this, like, even the exposure to the stuff that you're not actively looking at, like all the algorithm stuff. Like, because if you go into this article, this is a TMZ page, right? So of course they want you clicking. Like, we're all being manipulated. So it's like just the stuff that is surrounding the content I'm trying to see is bullet used in Charlie Kirk killing doesn't match alleged weapon, according to the defense. Somebody died. Lindsey Graham vacationing in Disney World amid the shutdown, right? Like, the TMZ's asking, it's like, hey, let's just, it's either all or nothing, right? You can't selectively choose to be secret for social media, right? Like, you either live your life publicly, and that's why my solution to social media is that you cannot comment, like, or share anything if your account is private.
100%.
Yeah.
If you have a private account, you are a lurker only. If you're private, keep it private. There's none of this, oh, I'm going to post a comment calling you a slur, but my account is private and some anonymous image and the name says, you know, Dick and Balls 68 or whatever, like you, if you have a private 69 was taken, you go one less because you do me and I owe you one. The idea that you can actively post things from a private account, I would love to see if that's possible. Like, every you can no longer interact with content if you have a private account, period. And I would like that's my solution. That's my theory.
Yeah.
I would like
you cannot DM women asking to go on a date with them or whatever horrible crap you're saying if your picture is just an egg and you have 0 posts. Like, if you're gonna say something, back it up with something. Like, put yourself out there. Even if you're ugly, back yourself up. Like just be like, well, at least you have a bunch of content that you can look at, and maybe you might think that maybe like my confidence or something. I don't know. But no, like, it's just, I don't know. It's, and ultimately I don't have that thing in my brain that makes me want to do that for to women specifically. So I don't necessarily know what that feels like. But I would assume that it's a power trip. Like, that's all it is.
That's the thing. It's the troll mentality, like the anonymity. It's a heckler yelling out in the crowd in the dark. It's the person who wants that's literally what, if you're on the internet, and I'm saying this directly to whoever will see this. If you're on the internet and you have a private account, yet you still post inflammatory comments and judge people and all this stuff, you are a heckler in the back of the room, too much of a pussy to say that shit to people, to say that shit out loud, to say that shit when there's accountability, to say that you're a coward, right? Like, I had an exchange because I posted a comment on a medical thing, right? Because that's my world and I know stuff. Yeah, and I was commenting, and someone posted like some shitty comment, and I'm like, hey man, I live my life out in the open. It's like, open up your profile. Let's see. Let's share your accomplishments with the world. Because I was talking about how I responded.
Share your credentials. Share your credentials. Yeah.
Right now, you're nobody. Like, I don't have to. I barely have to acknowledge this. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you. Like, hey man, because they were commenting where I was like, God, now I want to find it. But it's basically that I was like commenting about something. I was like, because he went into my profile and saw that I hosted podcasts, that I host this. And I was like, he's like, oh, did you do that in between hosting podcasts? And I'm like, yes, actually. And if you would have listened to the podcast, you would have heard me talk about it. Because that's what I'm putting my stuff out there. Why don't you open up your profile to the world so that we can all see your greatness? If you judge yourself to be not worthy of having a private, or you're afraid of that you're a fucking piece of shit and people are going to find out about it. That's literally what the government is at this point.
I mean, the three of us know this because we're all creatives in one way or another. We're actors or comedians or both or whatever. And the truth is, what we've realized throughout our career is that successful people are not the ones talking shit because they're too busy trying to be successful. Like that's literally all it is. Like it's only the people that have failed are the ones losing. Like what's so funny is like I don't whatever.
It's not that they fail, but they also work the system. Like Ben Shapiro is a failed screenwriter. Why do you think he
100%.
judges movies so much? Why do you think he watches content? He's just to a reaction channel at this point because he fucking failed at it. How many failed comics? Like, who the fuck gives a shit about what Theo Von has to say about anything? Who the fuck gives a shit about Joe Rogan? Like, who the fuck these? It's wild, and it's because they've been buoyed by a system that does not value meritocracy. It values clicks and eyeballs and attention and what engages people the most. And it comes out all the time. Social media just wants your worst habits, like all the fucking negativity. Yeah. And that's what they bank on. And that's what they get. So it's not that they failed. It's that the only way the current state of the internet built by losers works is to boost up losers so people get mad. That's it.
Well, not only that, like, I mean, this is, it's funny that you say that just because like a lot of my content recently has just been about like weight loss transformations and, people like that, because I'm on a weight loss journey. As anybody that's a bigger size, you're always on a weight loss journey, but whatever. Ultimately, and we've talked about this off pod, you and me, Mike, and we've talked about like how putting yourself out there and letting yourself, let that be the thing that people know about you and like things like that. Like that's crazy vulnerable, man, because like you're there, and you're opening yourself up to so many people that feel like they know what's whatever. They feel like they know anything, and the truth is they're all just losers, man. Like that's all it is. And like that's in fact that's the only thing that them and the weight loss person have in common, is that they're both losers, because one of them is losing weight and the other one is just a fucking loser. You know what I mean? Like,
one's literal, one's figurative. I'll say this to her credit, Christy Nome has said that she is distraught and she wants privacy at this time.
That's hilarious to me.
You're gonna get me. That's the part
we asked for your privacy at the start. Word? Did you give the fucking families privacy?
Yeah,
killing motherfuckers in the street. Fuck you.
But to her credit, she's having a hard day. This is what Christy Nome, after a hard day's work.
That's so fucking great. Oh Jesus,
that's so
great.
Good.
Bob, fucking Bob.
The comments are roasting this, but nobody gives a shit about this lady. Everybody is. Oh look, Yolanda's in the comments, or she was. Those boobs look like Patel's eyes, and she's right.
Fuck, that's good. Jesus, that's really good.
Look, the internet is undefeated because basically, if you put stuff out there, you're crowdsourcing the most devastating or uplifting response. The range of responses you're going to get will be more extreme than what you would get if you just talk to one person. Like the comments are ruthless. Like Corey Lewandowski has reportedly dumped Christy Nome and is now dating her husband. Trump is Putin's Brian Nome, which I thought was very funny.
That's great.
Brian Nome. I like big boobs. The reporter on women, Brian Nome. I said what I said. And this one I think is the most prescient, where it's like whether it's Christy Nome getting a Mar-a-Lago face or Brian Nome wearing enormous fake breasts, the Nomes have emerged as unexpected practitioners of gender-affirming interventions. It's all it's all nonsense. Like man. This is what she looked like before. Don't forget, this is what she looked like before. That's them. That's them. They are all living in
such small titties there.
Yeah, it's not fair. Oh shit, jeez. What
some
a
would
boob.
say that she actually looked like a Barbie, like quite literally, like a cowboy Barbie or whatever.
She's a good looking chick, man. She's just, fucking. Ugh.
That's the thing, is that they objectively build up their faces to be like there's a clip of Caleb Heron. He's the comedian.
Yeah,
he's very funny, and he's on a podcast and he's talking to Paul F. Tompkins about how Elon Musk, we're all having to suffer now because Elon Musk he's done all this surgery to make himself more attractive. He was a born 3, landed at a 5. Like he's still not even like that good. He's just slightly closer to what he would imagine to be good looking. And it's like that's what all of these people feel like. It's like, hey, you were fine as a 6. Like just be a 6. You doing all of this stuff thinking you're gonna get to 10, it's almost like regressive. Like you did you were a 6 and now you're like less than, so you kind of messed up.
Yeah, man. No, I know Caleb Heron because my audience is exclusively people that want to see Caleb Heron but are afraid of gay people. So,
to be fair, I mean, look, you want to know the irony of like posting stuff online publicly and being open and having stuff shared online is that it also kind of lives forever.
Yeah,
like there's episodes of this podcast you go back to and you listen to them. That's me saying things. And I should be allowed. I'm a progressive person, so I allow people the opportunity to progress, right? So the whole thing that's going on here with Chili, with all of the celebrities that come out as MAGA, with all of the people who don't want to come out as MAGA, and they're like, I'm non-political, is that you have to answer for all that stuff. But if you like Kumail Nanjiani talked about Conan as being like the perfect example of like an older white guy who has progressed through time and embraced like he's just because he's smart, he gets it, he's embraced the like new ideas, he tells jokes differently, supports voices that aren't his own, all of that stuff. Like he's just like the model, he's the model white guy, the model old white guy. And because you progress, you grow, you can't just just do the same shit and be given credit for doing something that, hey, it's like, oh, they're from a different time. Yeah, but they are also from now. So you have to adapt.
Being at the level that
chicken's already in the bucket.
Yeah,
in the bucket.
There you go. Well, you can't be at where Conan is at just in pop culture to where like everybody knows who he is and loves him. And you just can't be there like unless you are progressing as a comedian.
Yeah.
Comedically and in your own thought structure, in your politics and everything, because like of course, are there bits that he did in the 90s that he would be ashamed of now? 100%.
But that's the thing, acknowledging that we live in the culture now because of social media and everything is a paper trail. It's almost like the bar is so low that all you have to do is, man, I was wrong, and then fix it. Like that's it. I was wrong, man. I fucked up.
It's so crazy to me, especially because most of them are people that are from church have a problem apologizing. Like what is the issue? Isn't this whole religion about apologizing? Like just
yeah. I was desperate. I talk about it all the time, but like I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out how to make it a bit. But I wish that I could. I'm addicted to reality. Mm-hmm. I want to live in a tangible, concrete experience, and it feels like everybody's like they're all of these people. Like you can't just say shit, be wrong, and then be like, no, but that's what I believe. I was like, well, then I don't have to listen to you about literally anything else. No, you have to respect my opinion. All opinions have to be no. All opinions reveal the truth of their opinion, the opinion haver, to a certain degree. Like we get it. Kristi Noem's husband is so repressed that he can't live the life he wants because he will be judged because his whole world is MAGA right wing. There's been more like backlash on him doing something that would be perceived as gay or trans than anything of the pedophilia that's been going on, right? Like all of that. There's more backlash against homosexuality and being queer in the world right now than there is about if you get literally the president is still the president after raping and all this and being a pedophile, like he's
sex trafficking,
all of these horrible things, and then someone's like, oh, this guy did something that's gay, they're like, get him out of here.
Yeah,
you know,
it's wild.
There's a lot of anti-trans energy. Speaking of, Harry Potter trailer just dropped.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go to He-Man. Him, man.
Did you see that, by the way? Did you see that in the first He-Man trailer? In the first He-Man trailer, they zoom up, they pan up from he's at a desk job, at an office job, and it says his nameplate says Adam, and then underneath it says he/man.
No, it says he him.
No, it's
him. That's what it says. He him. Right. He him. That's what it meant. And I just thought, oh, that's funny.
Well, what's funny is that you saw that and you said, oh, that's funny. And half of the world said, what is this political agenda in my movie?
This woke bullshit.
You know what I mean? What are we talking about, dude?
This is my version of trolling, I will say. Whenever I'm in an environment where I feel like there's going to be, this happened in Detroit when I was working, and this happened someone introduced themselves with pronouns before it was my turn to do an introduction. And they used they, them pronouns, and then someone made kind of a joke about it. So when it came around to me, I'll say this with my chest, I identify as a he, him, but I will accept any respectful pronoun.
Sure.
You call me whatever you want. I don't, as long as you say out of respect, I accept any respectful pronoun. And it made this one guy so mad. What do you mean? What do I call you then? I'm like, my name is Mike. Like, you could my question is, what would you have called me otherwise? But now you're upset about stuff because I present such a masculine, I'm very masculine presenting as a person. If I don't give a fuck about it, and someone calls me I was trying to figure out how to make this a thing where like having a gay person call you girl is like having an old black lady call you baby. Like when someone goes girl, I'm like, that's like
or your black friend calling you the N-word, you're like, yeah.
Yes, it's like it's just like acceptance, dude. That means that you feel you respect my presence as safe and you respect me as a person. You see me as somebody who you see as somebody you could be close to. So when I don't give a fuck about it, it makes you look so crazy to like, what do you mean you give a fuck about it?
Well, unfortunately, that person is stupid, and like that is just the truth of it. Is like because how obvious do I have to be that I basically want you to either call me Mike or just don't be like, hey, fat ass. Like, don't call me that because that's not respectful. That's all I'm trying to say.
And even then, I was raised as in a Latino family. Do you know how many nicknames are fucking devastating insults?
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Cabezón, come over here.
Every nickname.
Every nickname.
They don't do positive nicknames. They don't do.
Even when they call you skinny, you know what they really mean.
Yeah, flaco. Yeah. I know you mean the opposite. It's lethal.
Yeah.
But the point is, if you're giving me something out of respect, like if I don't give a shit about it, I don't think you should give a shit about it because you're dumb. The people who talk about they, them, and like people like, oh, I don't. It's plural, and I'm like, if you tell me when to use whom, then if you can't answer that question, I don't give a fuck about what your opinion is on grammar. Shut up.
Yeah, if you don't know how to use a semicolon, you can't have an opinion.
Stop. Just the person wants to be called whatever. If you expect me to call you, like, oh, there was this one guy. Oh, I don't want to get into specifics, but
we could just.
It's in the martial arts. In the martial arts world, it's like my name is Master such and such, and I'm like, your name is Kevin.
Yeah,
you You don't have a doctorate in front of your name.
The funniest name to have if you're a karate person.
Yeah. Master Kevin. Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
I'm
dude.
Master Kevin. I'm a yellow belt.
Yeah,
I'm sure you are.
Yeah, my chosen identity is martial arts, master. It's like, I'm not calling you master, brother. You work. You're just slightly older than me, and you teach karate at a strip mall. Fuck you. Anyway, so we have the movie trailers. We have some of the reactions. Do we want to do some reactions watching? We have Harry Potter series on HBO Max. We have Supergirl. We have Masters of the Universe, and something called Backrooms. Do you know what Backrooms? An A24 movie that looks.
So I saw.
weird.
Oh, I don't know what Backrooms is, but you said A24, so it's gonna be gross.
So
it's gonna be some sort of weird. Yeah.
So I've seen the trailer to Backrooms. I don't know how I feel about it. You know what it looks like to me? It looks like it's a horror movie, so Neri's not going to watch it, but it's a horror movie, and it's one of those movies where, like, as the trailer is happening, you're kind of like, if you've seen A24 movies like this, you're just like, well, this looks like it's probably going to be like whatever. It's not going to be great. Like, it's just going to,
It's based on a game that is about like this altered reality, like liminal space. You have to escape this kind of like weird office-y subway. It's crazy. So there's all kinds of like weirdness to it.
Yeah.
Look, everyone's gonna have a reaction to Supergirl and Harry Potter, but nobody's doing reactions to Backrooms.
Can I just?
But it's got Chiwetel Ejiofor. I love this guy.
Can I just take a victory lap, because I had never even heard of this movie until you mentioned it right now, Mike. And the fact that you said A24, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be fucking weird. It's gonna be it's. I said it's gonna be gross. It was my and then 10 seconds later, Valdez is like, yeah, it's a horror movie. I'm like, I fucking knew it. I knew sons of bitches.
Look, as someone who's been through what happened in Eternity was a horror movie. So it's.
That's so funny.
That's literally all A24 does.
A24 has a camera on Valdez at all times and been like, how can we fuck with him this way? In what new ways can we fuck with Valdez?
Even 8th Grade, the comedy 8th Grade by Bo Burnham is like horrific. It's like you feel like you're back in 8th grade. It's like so incredibly awkward.
You know what the funny thing is? As somebody who's worked in offices most of my entire adult life, with the exception of the last 7 years that I've been doing comedy, or only comedy, 10 years. But I worked in offices so long. It's so funny to see all these horror movies and all these like TV shows like Severance be about the office work life.
Yeah,
about specifically the office work life. And it's so funny to me because there's a part of me that's like, yeah, they nailed it, and there's the other part of me that's like, hey, my life is not your fucking my life is not
your costume.
My culture is not your costume.
Yeah, type of shit. And it's like, motherfucker. But also they nail it, because that is exactly what it feels like. It's like, I'm not even listening to this fucking trailer. I'm just watching the clips of it for the audio listener of this back room, and it's exactly what working in an office would fucking feels like. That's awful.
To be fair, as someone who's seen the trailer, as I remember it, there's no dialogue in the trailer. So like we were basically watching it.
There was some narration.
Was there?
But yeah, this was the full trailer. The teaser had nothing but weird. Those are those tone teasers where they just show like weird vibes, and then they play like a classic pop song.
They play that one note.
That one note, and then it's like a slow, scary version of a pop song that you Is this girls just want to have fun?
Yeah,
like that weird.
Is this oops, I did it again with only one.
I'm talking about, right? Is that true? Like every trailer.
It's so good. That's so good. We should make a trailer for WUBro. We should make a trailer for WUBro doing that shit, where it's just you pick the most happiest pop song and you just make it a scary version.
I know it's gonna be. Funny. It's just gonna be bomb, and then it's just a weird little kid's voice going, "I just want to party all the time, party all the time."
Yeah. Good times. Good times. What a deep pull. What a deep pull.
That's true. Let's just do the Harry Potter shit. Let's just get it over with.
Yeah.
Can we hear this? Let's see.
Is that?
I haven't seen this, by the way. I haven't seen this.
Only a piano wire.
Is the audio coming through?
Nope.
No.
Oh, stop. Okay, hold on. How about now?
Yeah.
And you're
Getting it.
like one. You think you're something special? There is nothing special.
It feels like alternate Earth. Like it feels like
I've always wanted to know about my parents.
Your parents were the kindest, bravest people.
you hear that long chord. That's literally every trailer now.
Yeah.
They stood up for what they believed was right. The next time I see you,
Yeah.
being
You find out it's "Oops, I Did It Again" at the end of the trailer.
Yeah.
Mr. Potter.
Okay.
I think we can expect great things from you. Let's see who you are.
Are you really Harry Potter?
Oh boy.
So here's my
say
question:
this.
Is it gonna be? Do we know? Have they announced? Is it gonna be like one season per book type of deal? Like, why are we getting this? Because didn't we already get the books in the movies? Or
Brother, that's the
is it-
question that everybody's asking, man. It's just an excuse to make more money. It's just a it's too close. Like it's also J.K. Rowling has kind of ruined her entire legacy,
reputation,
which is why I think they named the game that the Harry Potter game Hogwarts Legacy. So when you look up Harry Potter Legacy or J.K. Rowling Legacy, the game pops up instead of her anti-trans activism. I think I think it's all this marketing stuff, man.
She didn't read the fine print. She didn't read the fine print. There's too much money to be like. It's gonna make money. People are gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch it, but it's like, I don't know. I feel bad. They better keep those kids off of social media. They need to build protective bubbles around these kids because people are already talking mad shit.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, well, I just don't understand why it's necessary. Like, I'm asking a question. If you're telling me, hey, each season, which is going to be, I'm assuming 8 to 10 episodes, is going to be a book. Is going to be that kind of makes sense because you could sell me on the idea that not everything in each book was put in the movies because obviously books go deeper into depths. And so if you want to say we're going to explore each book more densely, more intensely, like, okay, I could be like, okay, I could be sold on that. But I haven't heard anything about it. So I was asking a legit question. I don't know. Is that, have they said anything? Have they said, like what they do with the Reacher, each season of Reacher is based on a Reacher book.
Yes, yeah.
So are they going to do that with the Harry Potter? Because if that's that makes sense. I'm like, okay, cool.
I respect it. I respect it in the sense of the structure, right? Because it does say that it's the Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. That's the name of the first book. So I'm assuming that the first book is going to be the first season, right? Like they already shot the first book. They have to do the second, But the thing is that everything takes a really long time to do nowadays. So those kids are going to be like 30 by the time the last book comes out. But the point
not
of it all,
necessarily, dude. They're probably filming season 2 already before season 1 even came out.
I wonder. I really don't know.
I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if they were already filming because like there's no way this isn't going to be successful. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's
money. Even if it was unsuccessful, HBO would still bite the bullet. And
also, did you guys ever watch the TV show, the series, The Crown?
No.
All right, so I was super late to that show, which is by far one of the greatest shows of all time, one of the greatest dramas of all time. Like, I'm not even exaggerating when I say that. That's not hyperbole. It's one of the greatest dramas. I was super late on that. I watched it like 3 years ago, which was like 2 years after it ended, or 3 years after it ended. So I was super late on that. But what they did, because the whole show premise is based upon Queen Elizabeth's life.
Yeah.
So what they do is every 2 seasons they will change the actors.
Yeah.
So every 2 seasons they would change, because they're going from like 10 or 1950, whenever she was born or whatever, and they would just every couple of years, so every couple of seasons would show you X amount of time passing from, and then I did not know that. So I'm here, okay, it's time for season 3. I'm binging the whole fucking series. I'm like,
super
hooked, because it's an amazing show, well written. I get to season 3, this bitch, like, I was so like thrown off. And then I had to stop watching. To go fucking Google it. And I hated it for all of an episode and a half. And then I just got used to it. I say all of this to say, they could fucking recast these kids in 2 years, and we're gonna complain about it for fucking half a minute, and then we move on watching the show, because good writing overcomes casting.
Yeah, I think that what's happened. So the comments are mixed, right? Some people are like, "Oh, I'm sad," like there's a lot of people who, I guess there's a lot of people who are, call it whatever you want. There's someone's like, call it unnecessary. I'm watching, green light the rest of it because I'm watching the whole thing, but then some people are like. Someone one of the comments I read was like, they Man of Steel'd Harry Potter, and then it goes on to talk about how the color grading is like, there's some magic missing. You know how Superman's supposed to be? It's a comic book character, and one of the critiques of Man of Steel and all of the Snyderverse was that they were color. So basically, they're saying that they Man of Steel'd Harry Potter, and someone else said something that also matters a lot. Is it's not the same without John Williams. The music of the original Harry Potter was John Williams, iconic, and it adds so much to the vibe of the magical nature of this. This just feels like we got the Harry Potter dark, gritty reboot from 12 years ago. That's not, it feels like that it already feels dated to me. Like it feels old already.
It's so funny. This is they got Harry Potter and they asked ChatGPT to do a gritty cinematic filter on it.
Yeah, someone called it Timu Potter.
I feel like this came up organically, so I wanted to share this story. One of the funniest things that ever happened was I went to opening night of Man of Steel. I will never forget this. And there was a man right after the movie that was dressed head to toe in a Superman costume, and he was taking a leak. And he was taking a leak next to me at the urinal, and I just saw this man, full sigh, just. And I knew he was just like, I can't believe I wore this to the theater. Like, this movie sucked.
He was so sad.
He was so distraught.
Now, to be fair, I've seen we've been talking about Harry Potter for a long time on this podcast, because there were times where when like the books were still coming out, that we were doing the show, that people were like being like kind of shitty like when the books were dropped, there was like a leak of the book, so they find out like who dies when and all these things. Like we all know that now, so you can't spoil anything. But we've been talking about Harry Potter has been culturally relevant for a long time, and it dipped because those Fantastic Beast movies did ass, because J.K. Rowling and at the time Johnny Depp
the Fantastic Beast movies did really well, dude. They did well.
They were supposed to do like 7 of them, and they only made the ones that they made because at the end it dropped off. The first one did really, really well. The second one was meh, and then they were just like, whatever. They dropped it because, hey, it is what it is, right? You're chasing, diminishing returns in the movie theaters. and now everything moves to streaming. So of course, there's a logical next step. I don't give a shit about this enough to care. She's burnt. I started reading other books since then. You know what I mean? Like read a new book.
I'm not a. I never read the books, the Harry Potter books, and I only watched every Harry Potter movie. I watched a couple of them when they came out, and I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool, whatever, blah blah. And then I only watched all the Harry Potter movies in 2020 or 2021 when I was hosting trivia at the Improv, and one of the topics, one of the themes was Harry Potter. So to write trivia questions, I sat and watched every single Harry Potter movie, and I ended up liking it. I'm like, oh, this is fucking pretty cool, whatever. So I ended up, I don't want to say a fan, but I ended up liking the Harry Potter universe that I never got bothered to get myself into when they had come out. And so I will say, as somebody who is a very casual Harry Potter fan, like very casual, I can't tell you specific things. I can't give you details.
Right.
I did host a trivia that I wrote the questions myself for. But as a
you
very
have a
casual
utilitarian knowledge.
Correct. So, as a very casual Harry Potter fan, I wouldn't mind watching the show. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I'm gonna be watching it the day it comes out, like every episode. I'll wait till the season's over and then watch it, like I do most stuff. But I'm not. But I'm also not. Oh my God, I'm pins and needles and I'm also not gonna take a hard stance and be like, fuck this, I'm out of here. I'm like, all right.
I will say I'm going to take I don't want to support again, everything's political now. I don't want to support this with the person, the creator, the producer, and Warner Brothers even. Like I don't even want to support them for some of the bullshit they're doing. So it's like I'm just gonna opt out.
Yeah, but I'm gonna
vocally opt out.
Warner Brothers also gave us Superman and Sinners. So
I get it. I'm choosing. I'll say this: maybe not Warner Brothers, but HBO. The whole company. That the whole idea of streaming is not going to get my support as much as I'm opting out because of trans people are my friends. I respect trans rights, and I vehemently oppose how much money this lady will get from this thing to then put back into diminishing the rights of human beings. So I'm, that's my stance. You don't have to. You do whatever you do. I'm gonna do that.
What's his name? What's his name that had that joke about that he misgendered somebody one time? I'm mistaken. He felt really bad about it. So Pete to Holmes. Avoid that, he just Pete Holmes, and he just calls everybody my friend. So he's like, from now on, everybody's just my friend.
He actually has a fantastic joke about this specific thing where he says, it's what's super weird about people that don't believe in trans rights is that they believe that that in a hotel that the 13th floor is haunted. And so and what's funny is if you go on the elevator, there's no 13 button. So you press the 14 button. So in a weird way, that's still the 13th floor. Yeah. It's just disguise. It's just saying that it's the 14th.
It identifies as
the 14th floor. Yeah, that's the word. It identifies as the 14th floor. And even so much so, he even talks about the whole Harry Potter thing, which one of my favorite things about Pete Holmes is that he's very spiritual, like I am. And one of the things that he talks about is I think people, which I fully agree with this, where he's like, if you believe in God, you must be a egotistical, narcissistic piece of shit if you think that God is mad at you, because in what world do you think that God is mad at you? You never read Harry Potter and Harry Potter's mad at J.K. Rowling. You know what I mean? Like Harry Potter just does what he does. And also it's not like J.K. Rowling starts reading the book and goes, Harry did what? I'm going to do this shit. And then just starts writing.
That's so fucking good.
That is so stupid. And then he even ends it to be like, and everybody likes J.K. Rowling, right? He even makes a joke about it being J.K. Rowling, where it's people agree with her and people obviously don't for a lot of reasons. So it's just it's just such a great through line of because that's true. Why do we care?
Pete Holmes, man, he's my favorite. That guy's got something.
He's gonna make it.
He's got something. You watch that kid. He's gonna do something. You watch it.
Yeah,
I'm calling.
Yeah.
I want to. This is where we'll leave the J.K. Rowling, the Harry Potter stuff with this.
Would J.K. Rowling make a good Roxy Hart in Chicago?
Who is this? Who is this? Who is he? J.K. Rowling.
That's hilarious.
Oh dear, that is not a feminine name in the slightest. You know, I know that oftentimes female authors use initials so that people assume it's a male writer. So I have to presume that J.K. Rowling was unsatisfied with the way that the world saw her, and then she transitioned herself into a new personality so that the world would perceive her the way she wanted to be perceived.
Yep.
Yeah, that's that. It's weird. It's weird that we got an alternate universe Jeff Goldblum, huh? Like that's like.
But once again, once you start diminishing the rights of people, every accusation is a confession. Like
Yeah,
you're literally
100%.
like we're looping around.
Yeah, it all goes back to the stuff we were talking about before. Like,
so are we doing Supergirl or Masters of the Universe next? Which one you want?
Masters. Go to Masters, man.
Masters. Here we go.
is it the newest trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, the newest one's great.
Is it?
I thought so.
I know most of you don't remember me, but I know all of you.
There's a lot of good people. There's a lot of big people in this thing.
Oh yeah, Allison Brie, Idris Elba,
The tiger from MGM.
the tiger from MGM.
Yeah, Battle Cats.
Light years away on Earth. I never stopped trying to get back home.
Everything changed since you left.
It's all gone. Skeletor took my family. And he destroyed our world.
Eva Lynn.
It's not my fault. I know how it sounds to fail. Take the sword. And when you fall, that's your chance to stand tall.
I mean,
This is my home. I'm gonna fight for it. But I can't do it without you.
Somebody wants to brawl.
I need every man, woman, or whatever that is.
they had to throw an MCU style wink to the camera joke.
You may have the power, but you're too scared to use it. Trust me, I know how to use it.
You tell everyone that you're from another planet. It just makes you sound a little very crazy.
Well,
Stop.
initial reaction.
Stop. My penis can only get so erect. Let's just please.
My
Please.
first compliment is that it's colorful. I was happy that there's
sweet
like
Jesus.
the style of it is very much. Someone was talking. I read a thing that someone called it Temu Thor, and that it's like, in all fairness,
Is that a thing now? Just calling everything Timu something?
Yeah,
Or like
yeah,
it
yeah,
used
yeah,
like
yeah.
it
It's
was
been a
when it
thing.
was
It's-
Wish. Yeah, it's been a thing.
Remember back in the days, it used to be Mickey Mouse. Like, oh, that's a Mickey Mouse, whatever. But then Mickey Mouse became so expensive that, like, no, fuck, I wish I could afford Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh, I wonder if that's just a regional. I wonder if that's a Miami thing of describing something as Mickey Mouse.
It felt very. It feels very Cuban for some reason. I
Mike,
don't know why.
take the video off so we could the fake, because when I edit this, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to edit this way. Yeah. Yeah. No. Is that a regional thing? Is that a regional thing to be calling everything Mickey Mouse? Because we used to call it in the 80s and 90s. So. It's Mickey Mouse. It's like that's some bullshit. That's right. But I didn't know. I never thought about it. I never thought about it being regional. You're right. You're right. Maybe
bootleg. It is. Yeah, Mickey Mouse was I still like. You know what? Bring it back. I was watching a thing yesterday. We were watching a commercial from the 90s, and one of they're like, "Oh, we reviewed this thing," and there was like a bunch of kids being super cool kids, and they were like, "Whack," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna start using whack more. I'm gonna start using Mickey Mouse more."
Is that wrong?
Yeah.
Is that wrong? I still say
no,
whack.
I don't know.
I'm that guy. Oh shit!
No,
I never stopped using whack.
Dude.
Maybe am I the guy that's still wearing Z Cavariccis in 2026?
Brother, if you wore Z Cavariccis today, it would be a hit, dude. People want style. People want the first of all vintage. It would Z Cavaricci. Fuck it. Now I'm gonna go find some Z Cavariccis. I used to have Z Cavaricci shorts.
Jesus.
Yeah. Speaking of the 80s, He-Man.
You know what's what's crazy? What I was just gonna say something is just like what funny enough. Like I watched that trailer the first time and I was like, okay, this is an interesting movie, you know, whatever. And like now I watch it as an actor and I see it and I'm like, oh, all these A-list people, everybody's a name, everybody's a face. Even if they aren't a name yet, they're gonna be a name because look at how gorgeous they look. And then I see this guy who's just the kind of actor that I would be in the movie where he's just like, you know, you really shouldn't do that. It's like kind of weird, like the way that you're doing that or whatever he says.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
commentary guy.
And then I look at it and I'm like, that guy had to audition 8 times to do that. like
or
so many people.
No, but I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt you. But also, there's a plague going on right now where a lot of the parts that are available that are not lead, that are supporting, that are like kind of the commentary exposition character are given to influencers who are online, who have big followings, who then will be like, look at, because it's free promotion for the movie as they are in it and they promote it. So
I actually have a friend, and this is going to be very funny, but this is just the truth of what it is. She did a show with, I believe the guy who's playing He-Man has a show on Hulu about him playing football, or if it's not him, then this guy looks like this guy. And it's like a show on Hulu about a guy that plays football. It's some comedy or whatever. And she had this role and they did not cut her. They just replaced her with the Haktua girl.
Oh no.
I saw that video.
Oh no.
I saw that video when she described
the reaction of it went viral because she had a viewing party at her house and everything. It was really like that's like truthfully like that's what happens to actors that are in, you know, Mike and I's I would, you know, I'm trying to be not like just at our level, like just like me. What is it? Middle class level actor. Like that's basically
like
we're I don't mean to sound disrespectful, but that's what it is. Like it's like middle class, you know.
I saw that video. I saw that reaction video where she lost her shit, dude.
She
lost her shit.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Who wouldn't? Like that's ridiculous. I understand like people get cut, like that happens all the time. It happens to me. It happened to me a couple of times. Like I've gotten cut from things, but you know, it's just I'd rather be cut than replaced by an influencer.
Yeah,
like
CGI replaced. That's fucking wild.
I would rather you AI me out of something than replace me with an influencer. Like this is the video. Pobrecita. Oh my God.
Mister!
Did you come in later?
No, this is literally my scene. I was fine.
All right,
Film
I gotta
this.
make an announcement. Russ Holiday just officially.
No, we literally did this too, and I said let's something about True Noble. And I said something about chicken tenders.
Yeah! You know, I was thinking about it, it's like everything that happened to me, it's like.
Wow, that's
like,
devastating.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So
she's justified. Man, wow.
So here's the thing. She
sucks,
is a comedian.
Yeah.
She's an improviser. So part of me when I first saw this was like, is this a bit? Is there a possibility that this is a
I
bit?
legitimately thought when I saw it, and again, I don't know who this person is. She's your friend, so she's a real person now. But when I saw it, I thought she's playing this up. She might be upset. I'm not saying she's not, and I'm not saying she doesn't have reason to. But
I
to
agree.
me,
That's
I'm like,
exactly what I was gonna
look
say.
at the range. I thought, man, look at the range of this actress. She is fucking showing off right now. She is going balls out with the reaction to get this viral moment, right? It fucking worked. Because I heard about it, I saw it, and I was like, yeah, that's what I thought.
You assumed this was part of the you assumed it was orchestrated to get views.
I
100%.
assume that it was exaggerated to get
Oh.
views. This is my assumption when I first saw the video months ago was this was her. She was obviously and honestly upset. It wasn't like she staged this like she knew. I don't believe she knew she was replaced prior to this moment. But
Yeah,
I believed in that moment when I first saw it months ago. I thought as soon as she saw it, she's like, I'm gonna fucking amp it up right now because this is gonna go viral. That's what I thought.
Well, this is just my thought is like, so I do know for a fact that it actually happened. So that I do know but what I don't know, because I didn't ask about it, is if it was played up. Now, if it was, which I think it was, she's a genius. Because because the truth is that clip going viral is her being like, well, you're gonna know that it was supposed to be me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that is more important than the Hawk Tuah girl being in that show right now.
Yeah.
And
then if and when she gets another role, she will then be like, hey, the girl who went viral. But they'll be that's so funny. But they'll be like, hey, the girl who got replaced by the Hawk Tuah girl is in this show XYZ. So that's another thing. It's gonna be. I thought it was genius when I saw it. I was like, oh,
I think so
she's
too.
hamming it up.
I think so too.
I thought she was hamming it up, but good for her. Good for her.
Yeah,
People are saying it's a sketch. It's based on a sketch of something. But I also fully believe that the reality of this could be true, right? Like,
no, Mike
is telling you. Mike is telling you he knows her personally. Mike is telling you behind the curtains.
What I'm saying is,
100% happened.
I would believe a person would get this worked up overseeing it, but people are saying so. It is a real thing. It really happened. It's just a matter of like, at what point did the idea of presenting this, come up? Because if that's a genuine reaction, I believe it. Like I would be fucking livid if like I was doing a thing and all of a sudden I invited people over to do it, like to watch. Like,
everybody has stories like that though. Everybody has stories of like they invite friends and family over to watch their episode, and when it airs, they got cut. Everybody has stories like that. The difference between those stories that everybody's had throughout the years, including Angela Johnson, who writes about it in her book, she got cut off from CSI. The difference is that she did not get replaced by the Hawk Tuah girl.
like I think that's the nail in the coffin, because like
that's a nice twist. That's the nice twist right there. Man,
yeah, like as actors, we understand like that's just part of the process. Like you cut out the scene, you cut out a scene for time or like whatever. Like it just or it wasn't as necessary as you thought it would be. But it's like, no, this scene word for word. Like we're learning as she's screaming these lines out that they're being said on the television.
Chicken tenders. Chicken tenders.
What's the Chernobyl? Like
It's funny because I just this Sunday we have a friend that their brother was on a reality show, right? And they were like, let's have a screening party just for fun, just an excuse to hang out and watch the thing. And we were all like, I wonder how they're going to edit him, because if you're on a reality show, how they edit you is ultimately like what you come out, because you could be so you have zero control over what like when you were on the floor, right? Where they could have cut it together to make you seem like a big douchebag or whatever, bigger than you are. But the idea being that you have zero control until you get so like unless somebody told her, like if this is a skit where I would hope somebody told her before she did this, like I'm trying to process this as if it were true, right? Like we do the am I the asshole? I'm operating just what's in the video. If I was in that situation where I invited people over, I would have hoped somebody, one of my managers, an agent, someone from the production was like, hey, sorry, you got cut out. Hey, I'm going to fuck with it online. Okay, do it. It'll bring promotion to the show.
But here's the thing. But would the manager of a bit player that had 2 lines know that this was going to get cut out prior? Would they have that knowledge?
I don't know. I mean,
when it's happened to me, they do. But that's because it was cut. Not because they have never told me I was replaced, and thankfully, knock on wood, I will not ever be replaced. But
I have to be honest with you. I'd rather be. Now, here's the question: would you rather be replaced by a no-name actor or by internet sensation Hot Tool Girl situation? Because I'm looking at it from a logical point of view, right? Not from an artistic or emotional point of view, but from a logical point of view. I can sit there and be like, it makes if you're gonna replace me, I don't want to be replaced, but if you're gonna replace me, it makes sense that you replace me with somebody who's quasi-famous, because I'm not even quasi-famous. So if you're gonna replace me with somebody who's gonna get clicks and likes. Because that's
from a business standpoint, you're right.
From a business, exactly my words. From a business standpoint, it makes sense.
I agree with that 100%. Yes. I mean, ultimately, even if you replaced me with Leonardo DiCaprio, it would still hurt my feelings, But the truth is, even in my heart of hearts, I would know, well, that's the better decision. You know what I mean?
Can I just tell you that I did 2 callbacks for a scene in Burn Notice, right?
Yeah.
That I was in contention for to get a scene in Burn Notice, and then I watched the episode. And the guy who ended up getting my role was so much better looking, and he was an actual established actor. He's the guy, the Puerto Rican dude in the movie Transformers, where he goes, "Oh, we go back to my plate. When we go back home, I'm gonna get you some habichuelas." And like he did that shit. He did that on the plane.
Yeah.
He was one of the military guys on the plane. He's the Hispanic guy on the military plane. When they were escorting the tail of the Decepticon, when they were escorting that back to whatever, and they went back into the desert, all that shit. That's dude, the guy that guy got the role that I auditioned for twice, that I did 2 callbacks for on Burn Notice, and I saw the fucking episode, and I was like, "Oh, this guy's way better than me." Like he's not only extremely better looking than me, especially then that I was super fat, but he was so much better looking than me. And on top of that, he's an established actor that I have only done web series. So, like, who the fuck? Why would you not get this guy? Why would you not get him? He's amazing. Yeah, get this guy, please. It's great.
I did,
because you cost less, Neri.
Dude, I did this.
So true.
I did something very similar. I did 3 callbacks, I think, for this television series Nosferatu, which is it was Stephen King's son wrote a book called Nosferatu, and they were trying to make it. They made it into a series with the guy that plays Spock in the new Star Trek, I got really close, and they ended up going with this other guy, and I watched it, and it's crazy because as I was doing it, you would think the character was me. He calls everybody dude. Like he's just so incredibly me. The only thing that was different was that he rode a motorcycle. And I was like, okay, so I don't look like I can ride a motorcycle, but I'm definitely the guy that's like, could be like, hey dude, like, is everything okay? Like, whatever. And so they end up going, they end up going with another guy. And usually it's what I always think. It's like, okay, the one with the better looking guy, whatever. The guy they ended up going with was actually was bigger than me as like body wise, and also was a black dude as well. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. Maybe they changed the character a little bit. Nope. He's still the guy that says dude all the time and rides a motorcycle and like is just like a guy that looks like he would never talk like that. And so I was just like, oh, this is awful. Like, what is going on? You know, but I don't know. The show it never
the closest
went anywhere,
the what sucks is if something goes well, like you were like, because someone out there is like they got this close to a Star Wars thing, they got this close to, you know, somebody got beat out for something that made, like the closest thing I ever got was I was like, did a bunch of callbacks for Machete Kills for Robert Rodriguez. I was going to be some Cuban drug dealer because that's what we are in the eyes of filmmakers.
Hollywood.
And I was just, you know, I went
in the eyes of a Mexican fucking director.
yeah. But I was supposed to. I wish I knew which. He's the drug dealer guy. But it was between me and another guy, and then it's like a full part. I had no business auditioning for it. I just happened to be visually what they were kind of like going for. If I would have, it's one of those like what ifs. Like, what if I would have gotten it? I'd be working with Robert Rodriguez right now. I could have been in Book of Boba Fett or some shit. Because once you're in, then you just stay in the circles of the same people. That's the thing, is that it's the goal is always to get something. You know, we're all the goal is to get something. And if they cut you out of it,
dream,
it's like
my biggest like what I wish. Like to be one of Adam Sandler's friends. I just want to be one of his fucking friends.
Sure. Yeah, I just want to be his friend.
How do I audition to be his friend?
All right, let's dismount. The last thing on the books for us today is Supergirl. Let's do this.
Hey, I was just touching base to see when you think you might be coming back. You know,
One note.
Yep. Worried that you're not going to find your stride here if you keep going off world all the time, Kara. I'm worried you're not going to find your people.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, Clark. I have no people. Home is wherever you are, buddy.
She plays a solid drunk. I buy it.
Crypto and I at least had each other. Honestly, I thought we were lucky. But look, almost by definition runs out. What can I do?
Let's go, baby. John Wick in space.
He has 3
It's
days.
Jane Wick.
Jane Wick.
It's a crime of the Yellow Hills. Who murdered my innocent family.
Just do what I say. And don't die. This does not look like this is gonna end well for you guys.
Stop. You're hurting my head.
There he is. The man.
Revenge. It won't take your pain away.
Do you think it's giving away too much at this point?
Maybe.
Oh.
That's kind of how I feel about most trailers, but
Your eyes are beautiful when you cry. A lot of pain, huh? A lot of suffering.
There's no home without you, buddy.
Aren't you the ditz from that dive bar?
Funny. That's what I've been calling you.
Touche.
dramatic sting. Yeah. Where are we at? Of course I'm in. Yeah. That's how I am with trailers now. If I'm gonna watch it, yeah, good. Don't show me anything else. Tell me when it comes out. Send me a text and I'm good.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'm absolutely in. I don't think it gave away too much, to be honest with you. I do like the fact that it incorporated crypto because it made you like exactly what you said, Mike. Oh, it's a John Wick because anybody who like you can relate to anybody that's not named Christy Nome would see that trailer and be like, oh, we gotta fucking watch this movie to watch save the dog, you know?
To bring it back around full fucking circle.
Weirdly enough, man, weirdly enough, like I still think that there's people that watch this trailer and are just like, oh, so we're just gonna make Hancock a girl now? Okay, is that what we're doing? We're just gonna turn Hancock into a girl? This political woke agenda?
Yeah.
Now I'm not gonna get a Superman shirt because now everybody's gonna be like, well, Superman or Supergirl? How am I supposed to know? That's my pronouns when I wear a Superman shirt.
I want to make fun of it and be like, that's absurd, but every time I go into a comment section, it's like I am not smart enough for this many people to be dumber than me and vocal about it, like so openly, like stupid or hateful or just like, and then they get proven wrong immediately in the next comment. And it's like, I keep thinking about, I saw a picture of a bot farm in like Malaysia or Indonesia, somewhere where there's just the Philippines, where there's just like 1 million cell phones, and they're all hooked up to a computer, and it's just somebody posting like the most vile, like they're literally, that's their whole job. Their whole job.
Can I just tell you, I've seen those memes of those like bot farms, and the whole time I'm like, how do I get a message to them so that they can like the podcast? How can I get how is there a way to like be able to be like, hey, can you go watch my fucking my comedy special on YouTube? That'd be great if you could just import it just enough to move the algorithm to start showing it to real people. Like, I'm not saying I want all fake, just move it enough that the algorithm goes, this must be popular, let's show it to real people. Like, that's all I want.
Nudge. Give me a bot farm nudge. Yeah. And,
but I'm done. I felt the way I felt the way about that you said about giving away too much with He-Man. I didn't want to see him do the sword, I got the power thing in the trailer. I wish you would have saved that for the movie, but it is what it is. What are you gonna do? You know, whatever.
Sure. You don't want to see all 3 Spider-Men in the Spider-Man trailer.
Yeah. The truth of the matter is, we could talk about the Spider-Man trailer too, but I'm excited for I'm gonna watch all of that. Like that I'm gonna watch. And I'll put my money into that. I want Marvel to be good again. I want DC to, because Superman was one of my favorite, it was on our top 10 list. Go back in the feed and listen to our top 10 movies of 2025. It's genuinely, I want to support these things, but I also, that's like the new thing. My wife and I, we love going in blind. So I want to know as little as possible. Sometimes these give away too much.
It doesn't matter for your wife. She could have already seen the movie and she won't even remember. Like, what do you mean? She doesn't even remember she's seen it.
It matters to me. I'm the guy from The Notebook having to tell the story over and over.
Right. Okay.
I'm the guy.
That's so funny.
Reading my well, look, the news is wild. Nobody with a private account should be allowed to post, interact with content, and we're going to watch these things and put our money where we support with our politics. Is there anything, Mike Valdez? Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Part of the show at this point. We love you. And is there anything you'd like to promote before we go?
Not right now. Just follow me on Instagram at Mike Valdez.
Lost Mike Valdez. Follow him at Mike Valdez.
Support all these guys. Like, Mike is doing amazing things. Neri's doing amazing things. Just support people doing stuff. It costs zero money to like a post, to reshare a post, just to show that you support somebody and find them funny or find them interesting.
Valid. I'll say that if you follow at Zeros on Heroes on all social media platforms, because I got new stuff coming out there. And you can follow me at Mike Mercadal for all stuff, because there will be new content brewing. Neri, what do you got going on, and send us home?
Nothing, but I just got my stand-up clips. I'm posting with stand-up clips, but also with skits that I'm trying to do, or you know, what's that thing called where you're doing here, where it's just your face and you're talking and you're like, what's going on with this dude? You know, just giving that shit. Anyways, all comedy related. All comedy. No, it's all content, but there's a word for where it's just a talking head. That's what it is. I'm doing talking head commentary on post on viral things, but it's all comedy related. So do me a favor, try to watch those, share those, save those clips. And
Bot Farms, are you
everything
listening?
is on my social media. Everything is
come on, Bot Farms.
Hurry up, Bot Farms. Let me know how many ruples I gotta send you. And everything is at whatwashisname.com. And if you're watching this, you already know how to spell my name because it's at the bottom of this right there. But do
That's
that.
right, baby.
That's
and what do
that's
we
all I
gotta
got.
say
And
to our
that's how
people
winning is
before
done.
we
So
go?
let's get it out of here.
That's how winning is done. Goodbye,
That's
everybody.
how winning is done.